Hey lovelies, just a quick message. It's the last day of Mercury Retrograde, and then we're coming out of this period in between the closing out of the new year. So I just thought I'll pull together a 3-step list. My list is actually a lot bigger than this 3 steps, but who has time to be sitting around and going through all these different steps? I just want to keep it quick and snappy. If you want to throw anything else in there, then by all means do so. So Mercury retrograde is a time where people's situations, things kind of show up in our lives, just popping back in to test us. Do we want that thing or not? Or do we want to do away with it? And do we want to do away with it so that we can create space and bring in the new? And so that's why it's a really good time of the year, because we're already thinking about doing that, putting this year behind us as we go forth into the new year. So it's kind of like a double header here, because we're thinking about doing this stuff anyway, just because of the positioning of the moon. So it's a really powerful time. I'm not going to go too much into that side of it. I just want to take you through the list and some of the things that you might like to think about and consider today, if you've got a spare few minutes to sit down and just map things out and do a quick brain dump and grab a pen and paper and just start getting cracking on this list. So the first thing is 2024 lessons. I feel like for many of us, it was a really challenging year. We've walked away from, relationships, people. Some of us, we didn't want to. It just came upon us and took us by surprise. Some of us, we wanted to, but all of that aside, there's been big changes, life-changing circumstances that have happened for many of us this year. Now, it doesn't just apply in relationships in the context of love. I'm talking about job situations. Perhaps many of you have also started your own business, and some learnings always come out of that too, right? Like that's a beast of its own, and just putting yourself out there to get things started when you're not used to doing that side and being so public, that comes with its own set of challenges too, and reminds you of the vulnerability side of us that exists, and all that goes into what it is that you need to do to get exposure. So so that's the first thing. Just what are the 2024 lessons that you can take away from this year when you reflect back on things? And then the second thing is doing an inventory check as well as a stock take of your relationships and friendships with everyone that's involved with you in your life. How are they going? How can they be improved? Do you need to sever some ties there? Do you need to manifest more people in that vibrate on the same frequency and level as you? So just really thinking that piece through, and that could be your communities that you're wanting to build and create, your social circles, your gym buddies, your drinking buddies, your church buddies, your work colleagues and peers, just across the board. So just doing a stock take on all of those things. And then the last one that I'm going to throw in there is, if you're anything like myself, but if you get into writing lists like this, then there's no question about whether you've got a list of goals that you're thinking about already and what you'd like to achieve for 2025 based on how this year has gone, right? So I must say, turn off. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about is, I think I've just gone down the wrong road. Oh, never mind. So the next one that I want to talk about is and then the last one, which I'll talk about now that I'm back on track. I went down the wrong street. So the last one is around, what is it of that list of goals that you most desire, that you really cherish? Like, what is the big baby, I guess, of that list of goals and desires that you will, hand on your heart, 100% commit to. I feel like you'll commit to and give it your best and your all to try and knock off all the goals on that list anyway. But what is the one thing on there that's kind of like a non-negotiable on that 2025 goal list? So yeah, they're my 3 steps. I'm quite long-winded, and yes, I did get lost down some back streets of Sydney here while I was going through that list, trying to think and drive at the same time. But yeah, just a quick 3-step list and things to consider if you fancy grabbing a pen and a paper and doing a brain dump. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.